Hey, what's up? Welcome to the Rep My Block Show. I'm your girl KeyIce, and we have my co-host. He's muted.
What's up? What's up? It's
How
the
you
Rep My
doing?
Block Show.
Yeah,
What up, though,
well,
guys? How you doing?
I'm good. Welcome back. How have you been?
I have been tremendous. You know what I'm saying? Just living it and loving it. How about you?
I've been good. Today's my daughter's birthday, so I'm in. I'm feeling
Hey,
real
happy
good
birthday!
today. Yes,
Happy
thank you.
birthday!
And speaking of birthdays, we'll go ahead and do the birthday shout outs. As I just mentioned, it is my daughter's birthday today. She is celebrating her birthday in Cancun, Mexico. So she's doing it
Oh,
big.
that's awesome.
Yeah, I wish I was there, girl.
Yes.
I wish I was there. But my daughter Desiree, she's a really cool person. She's really sweet, loving, caring. And I just wish her the best out there, vibing with her friends. But yeah, also this week Christelle Poppin had a birthday. She's out of El Paso. She's a rapper out of El Paso. Showing her some love for her birthday. It was on the 25th. And then we also had this one wasn't a birthday, but it was a memory. Michael Jackson. He actually had
Oh yeah.
25th.
And,
Yeah. So this has been 16 years now. So we would have
yeah, let's do a
like
moment of silence, Michael.
yeah. I'm still
Yeah.
like, well, Michael's gone. But yeah, it's been 16 years.
Yeah.
Died at the age of
Where
50.
were you when you found out that
Where was
MJ passed? I think I was in the back seat of my mom's car on a way to some sort of event or something, and got the news over the radio, and then they delayed the news to us. And I was just like, oh snap, I know who Michael Jackson is. Like
yeah,
it hit really, really close to home. Like for the
yeah.
whole. Where were you? You do
It
you think
was
you remember?
um I think I was just at home, I think. I was at home that day and I was just like, man, tears wouldn't stop going down my face. I was just in so much shock and just so hurt. It felt like a
Uh,
family member. So
yeah,
but yeah,
yeah,
it's also Black History Month,
yeah,
so there's
right.
also huh?
It was like, dang man, we never gonna get to see bro moonwalk again, really.
Right. Ever.
Hopefully he's up there. I know he's up there moonwalking it out in the afterlife next to God right now with the rest
Yeah,
of
he's
our
like, hee hee.
ancestors.
He's doing his
Right.
thing. Yeah, he's doing his thing. I know I'm pretty sure he gets happy when he sees people celebrating him. So we just want to definitely celebrate Michael Jackson. Um,
I wish we could play some of his music right now, but it would be a copyright strike right away.
yeah. And speaking of that, we are actually working on a version of not necessarily actually this show. We might put it at the end of this show, but we are working on a version of the show where it will stream on Spotify. And so any music on Spotify will be able to use, but that version of the show will be specific to Spotify only. So, but yeah, that's
What?
something we'll be looking forward to upcoming. We'll probably be
We're gonna
because
be
the home
streaming on
radio
Spotify?
music charts. Yeah, the home-based radio music charts are coming back, and we'll probably end up putting the top 10 at the end of our show, or it might be separate. We're not sure yet. But we'll let y'all know, people. We'll let y'all know. Thank y'all for tuning in today. We have a few things to talk about with you.
Yes.
Um,
How y'all looking, man? Y'all look beautiful out there. It's good to see y'all again.
yes. Y'all make sure let us know where you're from in the comments. And we'll make sure we shout y'all out for show for show. But yeah, let's go ahead and get
Yes.
started. We got, I guess we're gonna go. You wanna go down the line? Go straight down the line. We got Kendrick
Straight down
Lamar.
the line.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We got Kendrick Lamar and SZA.
How are they doing on the Grand National Tour?
They're doing really good. They have officially beat out, not that it's competition, but they officially beat out Jay-Z and Beyonce in sales. They have grossed over
Whoa.
$250.4 million. And yeah, and they've had 23 shows. Yeah, across 23 shows. So I'm not sure what Jay-Z and Beyonce's record was, but they definitely have beat that out.
Mm.
They are doing
Word.
tremendous.
That
So
is tremendous.
I still want to give them a
Jesus.
shout out though, because during their tour they were stopping at different cities and they were making sure they were doing community activities and things. They stopped at shopping
Mm.
malls. I saw Kendrick even going to a local recording studio. They were doing different things throughout the tour to show love to the cities that they were in. I thought that was really cool. They weren't just like in and out. So I thought that's a really good thing to see, especially in this type of genre. The hip hop and R&B genres. Hip hop in particular is not very known to be very friendly or contributing back to the community unless you're like a mega superstar, which they are. But I thought it was really cool, and I think that's setting a good example for upcoming artists.
Mm. Giving you that, they give you that healer energy, not that secret villain energy like Beyonce
Right.
and Jay-Z.
Well, I'm not saying they give. No, I mean they don't give that type of energy either. And speaking of them, though, do we have a
Nah,
picture?
yeah.
I mean, you brought it up. Oh, here's Beyonce. We'll
They
put her
have
up.
been
But yeah, speaking of
dethroned.
them,
Beyonce and
speaking of
Jay-Z have been dethroned. Goddamn. Do you feel like you need a recount?
Since you mentioned them real quick, Jay-Z and Beyonce, they did just perform Crazy in Love for the first time in 7 years at her recent concert in Paris while she's been on her Cowboy Carter tour. So that was really good to see. It was actually on Juneteenth. So that was cool too. I was like, wow. A lot of people in Houston, they were like, man, how are you going to be out in Juneteenth and have Jay-Z perform with you? Why weren't you back in Texas? Because her next show is going to be in Houston. It's actually tonight. Yeah, her next show's tonight in Houston.
That's awesome.
But yeah,
Shout
they
out to
had
Houston.
a really good performance. So
shout outs to Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Yeah, for sure. And then we have more good news. We like to give y'all some good news.
Yeah, man. Give y'all a good news. Make it like a sandwich, man. We just want to make you a nice media news sandwich. So we start with the good stuff. Sprinkle it in. Sprinkle in the seasoning. Add some tea.
Right.
Wizkid?
Yeah. So Wizkid, he just hit a milestone for his country and continent. As y'all know, he's from Lagos, Nigeria, but he actually just made a milestone of having 9 billion streams. And he's the first artist out of Africa to do it.
That is insane.
9 billion, yeah. Congratulations to Wizkid. I mean, you know what? I tend to see a lot of artists in the States talk about how okay, first of all, as you know, there's like an ongoing thing with Spotify not really paying artists much. Like artists feel like they don't, get much from their streams. But in particular, I do notice that in the States, artists tend to complain more about like that. They don't really think about, hey, regardless of how much I'm making, I'm still being seen and noticed by other, countries. And I think that's something to, marketing for marketing purposes. Yeah. So I just want to give a shout out to Wizkid in particular for that, because like I know like where he is, they just, they're just happy, period, to be on the platform, on the different platforms.
Sure. What's your favorite Wizkid track to dance to?
I don't really know his songs by the name of the song. I just know like the sounds of the song.
He got that sound. Yeah, he's one of those types of artists. Yeah.
Right.
You know
So
that
I
one.
can't really say. Yeah, because of course, everybody knows the one with him and Tim's, but that's actually not the one that's my favorite from him. And I just don't know the name of the one that's my favorite from him. I'm not big on names like that. So. What about you?
Yeah. Essence, that's the most popular one from him, but that joint is fire.
It really
like
is.
something, something, something. Don't need no other body. No other body.
Right.
Don't need
Yeah,
no
that's
other
something with Tim
body. I be
too.
like, that joint go crazy. I be going crazy to that joint.
It really
But
does. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
Afro beats is they can finally say that they run the global stream right now. That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
dope. Black people once again.
Yeah. I mean, really, for sure, for sure. Doja Cat. I know. Okay, Doja Cat. Here she is. Let's talk about Doja Cat. What you been up to, girl? What's Doja Cat been up to? I know you know the scoop of her.
So I heard about this on the internet. I'm scrolling through the internet, just minding my business, checking out dance videos. And then up pops this video of Doja and a fan having a little interaction. And the fan was somebody who's like, I guess he was an influencer. And he had some of his merch on him, and he wanted to give her some of his merch. And just the interaction, I wish we had the clip of it, but the interaction ended up playing out so weird, like weird energy wise. You could kind of tell that Doja wasn't feeling it, and then you could kind of tell that the kid was just trying to make the most of the moment that he had been blessed with. He's trying to start this little merch campaign, and he sees one of his favorite celebrities. He's just trying to make an effort to make the most of the opportunity. And you could tell like she was trying to do her best not to like blow up on him, because you could tell she just wasn't in the mood for it, man. Like whatever he was doing, she wasn't in the mood for it. And the internet just ran. Huh?
How old was he?
I think he was about in his 20s, maybe like early 20s. Yeah.
Okay, did you see the merch? Was it like something you would have bought from him, or was it like just?
It was a tee it was like a white tee with some with I think his slogan on it or his motto on it. I didn't really get a good look at it, but here's where it gets nefarious though. So after the internet gets a hold to it, the comments are undefeated. So they start dragging Doja in the comments like, y'all should see how she treats her fans. I don't know why y'all acting like this. Why y'all acting like this is all brand new? And she makes a comment herself. This is not verbatim, and I quote, she makes a comment herself, and I threw that dusty shirt away anyways.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Go. Why gotta be dusty, Doja? Why gotta be dusty?
Right. Like she was mad because the way that she was saying like he invaded her space without her permission. He barely even knew her name. Like how you gonna say you my fan and you don't even know my name? And she's just saying like how she's like gay guys always try to use being gay as a reason to touch you. And I'm like, wow, why are you going so hard at this guy like this? You could have just left it alone.
Yeah. Okay. So I got more context there. I mean, it definitely sounds like, because I mean, I've seen a few of her lives, and she's definitely not one to hold her tongue. So
not at all.
And I'm sure that a lot of fans do approach her about like buying their merch and stuff, like trying to get a cosign from her for free type of thing. Not that she's all into the money like that, but yeah, I don't know. I probably hearing how you described it, I actually probably would have responded real similar to her at the beginning, but when she went on like talking about how dusty his shirt was and stuff, nah, that's extra. She didn't have to do all that, but like the
Why would
vibe
you?
itself,
Why
yeah, I
would
would
you
have been
give?
like,
Why would you give such a grade A performance for the camera and then go ruin it in the comment section? Like we could
yeah,
all tell you wasn't feeling bro's vibe, but we commended
right,
you. Like I did, anyways. I commended you for handling your business as a celebrity. You got to do fan service. Without this guy, you would be nobody. It's 8 billion of him out there that make you who you are. I mean, not 8 billion.
true,
Like I don't know, 8 billion or something like that. But y'all get it.
yeah,
Ridiculous numbers of people. That guy. And fans wouldn't be anybody without, celebrities wouldn't be anybody without the fans. Fans keep you cool. It's basic fucking math. Like you
yeah,
ain't mathing out there, Doja. You should have just left it alone. You did great PR, and then you
mm-hmm.
go let the people get in your head in the comments section. Because I know that's what happened. She read the comments of what people were saying about her.
Yeah,
Because they drug her through the mud even before she started talking. Even before she got on
okay.
the internet and started talking, started dragging her through the mud. Just because you could tell she wasn't feeling it, but
Yeah,
she wasn't calling it out. She was playing her part.
right,
So it was enough to be like, we get it. Real fans or whatever.
yeah,
Like, we
real
get
fans
it.
get it.
But you jump in the comments section and you like,
She ruined it. She ruined her PR. Yeah, that's crazy. But I mean, she's definitely known to do that, which is I actually wonder what her management, what they'd be telling her. Like they did not. I guess they didn't think she would go in the comment section, so they didn't give her oh, don't go in the comment section. So I bet you now they added that to their checklist of things to tell her not to do. That's funny. Wow. But I mean, speaking of like making
yeah,
fans
but the kid
upset.
got the promo off of it. He got to
Oh yeah.
run that, he got to run it back on his, and give his response to her. I was like,
Yeah.
that was pretty, like, if he paid attention, like, that was the best thing she could have did. I mean, any publicity is good publicity, right?
True.
But I
Very true.
digress.
Yeah, I mean, and speaking of making fans upset, BigxThaPlug, he actually he had made some fans upset this past week too, because he rented out the darn bridge in Dallas, the highway. He rented out the Margaret, what's the name of that bridge? I can't even think of I want to say Margaret Hunt Hill
Bridge. Yeah.
Yeah, in Dallas with Shabuzi to film their music video. And actually wasn't this week. The video just dropped yesterday, but it was for last week, I believe. It was like between the weeks. But yeah, they had shut down
bridge.
they shut down the whole highway just to film this video. But we actually do have a clip because there were some fans upset about that. So and the clip is muted because it's from a news source, but let's go ahead and play the clip. Let me bring it up. Okay, here we go. So right here, this is how they had basically stopped the traffic, and they were like, a lot of people were pissed. This was in the middle of like a work day, I believe, too. So you see the cops here, but yeah, the traffic was just like really backed up, going really slow, and that's the bridge right there. And the fans, they were not having it, but at the same time, some fans, they got their little viral moment too, because they had showed a part where Shabuzi, he was performing on the stage, and so they were like, "Hey, what's up, Shabuzi? Is that Shabuzi?" So some fans,
That's awesome.
They made some content out of it.
That's awesome.
But I mean, the people that aren't into hip hop or Shabuzi's type of country
had no clue and were so pissed.
Yeah, they
so
had no
pissed. You can see it. You can see it in the traffic emotions. I'm just looking at the traffic emotions. Nah, I'm just making stuff up, but I just know
Right.
it was some people out there that was not having it with all these black people. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome though. Like we rented out the whole bridge. I take that as a win for the team. Rented out a whole
Yeah.
bridge. Cost all
People
this. That
people were
video
like,
better be fire.
yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but I might do a reaction to it later because people were like, man, this video, yeah, they were saying what you just said about the video. They're like, man, this better be worth it. And then some people were like, how did he even be allowed to rent out the darn bridge in the middle of the day? That was like,
How much is that? Right? Real ones want to know. Real ones want to know because I've got a birthday coming up and I need to
for real,
need
for
a
a
place.
bridge party. But
How
that
much
was
do it
wild. I know.
cost?
I was mad. And I'm in San Antonio. I was mad when I saw that traffic. I was like, "What? Y'all really did that? Like, I already know how that traffic is out in Dallas. Like, come on."
A real
Crazy.
flex would have been to give everybody free gift cards. That's a real flex. I mean,
True.
free gas cards on the highway.
Oh yeah, gas cards.
Because
That
how
would
much
be
does
nice.
it cost to rent a bridge out, Shabuzi? BigxThaPlug, tell me. I want to know. This is the type of money I want to make. Like
Right.
a whole bridge for God knows how many hours did they rent it for? Do you know?
I don't know, but it was enough to make people mad for sure. It was a couple hours, but I mean, music videos take a long time though. So, and from the looks of it,
Yeah.
from the little pieces of the clips I did see, it seemed like a lot of the video was on the bridge. I'm thinking it was at least 4 hours, but I don't know. That's a good question. But what we got up next? We got Future. Let's talk about Future real quick because he was not really trending this week, but he did have an announcement, and his announcement was regarding his new brand of he has a women's, of all things, he has a women's fragrance. And it's called Sensational. Sin Stational. I was like, really, Future?
Sensation.
I'm like,
Biblical.
what women do you think will buy this? This is a real
They
question.
all gonna buy it. They all gonna buy it.
You think so?
And he got to do something with all that child support money.
Shoot. I was like, what? It's, supposedly it smells like it's a floral musk scent, and it's supposed to capture confidence and allure. I feel like, I don't know. That sounds real suspect to me. I definitely wouldn't be rubbing that on my body. Like, no, sensational. But
Says you're not gonna be doing a spritz walkthrough. You're not doing none of that.
nah, I mean,
What
every time I see,
what other rappers got a fragrance? Didn't Drake just come out with a fragrance?
oh yeah, I remember we had brought his website up and everything. But yeah, Future's. I think the main problem I had with Future doing a clone for women, because I really think it would actually sell better with men. But every time he's trending with anything related to women, it's always what he's saying something funny to a woman. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but best of luck to him.
What makes him think he got them?
Yeah, I just feel like he probably
Like
would
the
have did better.
Hey, he's in his soft guy era right now. Drizzle.
I guess I did see his new hairdo, and yeah, he is kind of. Oh, did you? That is right. He was also trending because of the fist bump. Did you see the video where there was a fan? He wanted him to he wanted him to do something to the camera, but he wouldn't do it, and instead he gave him a fist bump. I forgot what it was. Did you see that? I might have to look that one up because I do remember, and that was a lot of people were talking about that. But anyway, Future, shout out to Future. He's doing his thing. Are you looking it up?
But nah, I was, but I don't think you gave me enough to go on.
I'm gonna put Future fist bump. Hold on a second. Future fist bump fan, because this is something. Oh, okay. He asked the fan for a fist bump. So what did he actually give?
Oh, I see it.
Oh, you see it now?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, he didn't do what the fan was
That
wanting.
boy hit him with the COVID-19. He said, no, sir. Nah, I'm just saying though, he still gave him fan service. Sometimes bro looked like he was in deep thought about something. First of all, this guy
Yeah.
came from left field.
Yeah, just with the
Like,
camera
bro,
on.
trying to figure out. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I kind of see why he probably would react like that. But we also got these dogs. Sorry, y'all, I'm dog sitting. Yet I just took my daughters to
Now,
Mexico,
all he gotta
right?
do.
I got her dog, so I have 3 dogs right now.
What
Sorry
kind
if
of
y'all
dogs are they?
they're the golden, because he's the brother of my dog, so he's the same golden retriever mix. But yeah, he's sweet, but he's real scary. Yeah. Anyway,
He said he's
Young
real
Thug.
scary, like scary, like bad, or scary, like a good
Oh, he's
dog.
scared of things. He's scared of everything,
Uh,
and he likes to stay behind
scaredy
the couch.
cat.
Right, he likes to stay behind the couch, but I had to put some stuff so he could stuff to block him, so he couldn't go back there. Because he won't come out, and then he unplugs the recliner. So anyway, shut up. Sorry. Come here, Dakota. Let me get the camera real quick. Say hi to everybody. Here he is. And say hi.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, he's just like my dog, but he's black. So black and brown. But Young Thug. Thank you. Young Thug
What a
was trending
transition.
too. But he was
Adorable doggy. Young Thug.
Young Thug was trending because he had performed in Chicago. He had a concert out there, and he did not give a shout out to Rich Homie Quan when he sang the song Lifestyle. And Rich Homie Quan's brother had called him out on that because he was like, why didn't you shout out my bro? You know, rest in peace to Rich Homie Quan. He's man, I felt bad when I heard about that, because that wasn't right at all. And if I don't know if you saw clips of that performance at all, but Young Thug, he was kind of like in a mood. And even like they had lifted him on a platform, like high in the air, and like he was like over it, and he wanted to get down. So he's like, "Get me down!" Like he had said that on the mic and stuff. So I don't know. I don't know if things were planned, and he was just like not going along with their plan or what. But it wasn't the first time he's had like an attitude lately. We have a clip that I like to play again. We played this when you were gone, but of him and him and Mariah the Scientist at the BET Awards, because he had a attitude here. Let's check this.
Thank you so much. I love you. Thank you.
So he was dragging her, pulling her at the BET Awards, red carpet. I mean, what do you think about his attitude lately? And did you see he put his finger up? He gave him the middle finger too. But what do you think about him shouting out? Yeah, what do you think about him not shouting out Rich Homie Quan, and then how he was acting towards Mariah the Scientist? Well, not towards her, but when he was with her at the BET Awards. Do you think they're like something's going on to where it affected his attitude in both places, or?
Yeah, look, it sounds like grieving to me. Like he's still grieving through what he's through losing his homie. Shoot, like.
Oh, okay. That's an interesting take on that. Yeah. I mean, it could be. So you think that's why he would not shout him out? Because he didn't shout him. You would think if he's grieving, he'd shout him
I
out,
mean, but did he still keep doing the show or what?
Yeah.
How was his demeanor during the song?
I didn't see that the whole performance. I'm just seeing clips, but I mean, he seemed like he was okay. But you know how people mask, they'll mask how they're really feeling. So I just thought that was weird. But all I know is whatever way he did it, Rich Homie Quan's brother saw it, and he wasn't feeling it. So I would presume.
It's uploaded as Young Thug pays tribute to Rich Homie Quan performing Lifestyle at Summer Smash. When people search it, that's what comes up. It's uploaded as a tribute. So,
okay.
I mean, I wouldn't say he forgot. I wouldn't say that. I would say, shoot, maybe he was just feeling it so much. Look, I'm kind of like peeping it right now.
Mm-hmm.
That greater quality of the footage. Like you said, you really can't tell too much, but you can. He kind of walks off. Like he doesn't soak in the crowd energy or nothing like that. I don't know. It's still kind of maybe he was grieving still.
True. I mean, I think that as far as like the two events, with him and Mariah the Scientist at the BET Awards, and then this recent concert, I think it's two separate things probably going on. Because he has experienced some issues with his the terms of his probation, where they were trying to take back some of the things they said they were going to let him do. And so I think it's just been an ongoing process. And I think that maybe, him and Mariah the Scientist, they really don't talk much about it to the public as far as interviews and stuff, but they're dealing with it internally. And I think a lot of those conversations that we're not hearing, I think we're seeing some of that in his public demeanor. As far as the Rich Homie Quan thing, I think that I could see how it could have been, still grieving. He probably couldn't even say his name. Maybe he felt like he would have broke down by saying his name. That could have been it. Never know. A lot of people do tend to hide their emotions.
When you're I'm sorry to interrupt, but when you're a celebrity, that's why I said what I said about Doja earlier. She did all that good job giving the performance that you're supposed to give for the fans, and then you go off stage and you blow up. Like when you're a celebrity, you're supposed to know when you're on that red carpet, you are on set. Like everything is being watched. So for you to allow your emotions to get the best of you on set, you really got to be going through something. You're not compartmentalizing well. And that's like one of the superpowers that you kind of have as that sort of entertainer. So to see some of it spill over means we really, like you said, maybe the situations are connected through that thread of grief. But on the outside looking in, as we said earlier.
Yeah, because I know somebody had made a reference before, like a fan had made a reference that we're like as a whole, everybody on social media and I kind of had disagreed with that guy when he said it. I was like, well, yeah, to an extent, but at the same time, these apps are made for us to be nosy on purpose. They're social media apps, so it's like we're supposed to comment when people post things, and we're supposed to share it and talk about it. That's what makes it social. But yeah, shout out to Young Thug because he's definitely dealing with a lot. He's dealing with a lot. So I just wanted to. As y'all know, on this show, we talk about what's been trending over the past week. So that had been trending.
Rep my blog. Show.
Let's talk about this. This is a big topic here because this one's still trending this week. But that Mexican OT, where you at? Let me find you. Where's your picture? Oh, we don't got the picture, but we have his video. But anyway, that Mexican OT was trending this week because he was on Angela Yee's Lip Service podcast, and he was asked by one of the hosts. He was asked by one of the hosts if he says the N-word, and he had a really interesting response to that. But let's go ahead and check out what led up to the, because
What
we have
did he say?
video. Let's share the part one. We have the part one, which is before that question came about. So let's see what they were talking about before.
But I can't get canceled because I didn't sell my music. I sold me.
Right.
And
it's what come with it.
And these people know who the fuck I am, and they love me and they appreciate me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I can go fucking jump off a bridge and eat a bowl of shit and they gonna fucking love it.
Okay. Please don't.
Right. Yo, he's mad funny. What the hell?
No, but listen,
if you had a choice between jumping off a bridge or eating a bowl of shit,
but
what
look,
would you
listen
pick?
to me. I would have did
Jumping
both,
off
and
a
they would have
bridge.
cheered that shit on. And it's because I sold myself.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I don't think I can get canceled. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't agree with what the fuck I'm saying, like
I have a question. I'm gonna let you finish though.
There's a whole world that is behind me, and not only is there a whole world behind me, it's so fearlessly me that you have no choice but to respect it, because you would just look like a dry hater. Because at the end of the day, it's what I think.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Who gives a fuck of what I think?
Yeah.
You shouldn't.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like.
So that was what led up to the question. Okay, this was the one right before. And you know, as y'all see, he was talking about, you know, I can't get canceled because I'm basically, it was like, he's real, you know, he felt like, okay, I've been keeping it real with the people that follow me and listen to me, to where I can't get canceled because they know me.
Yeah.
So let's check out the actual question, and then we'll talk about that.
The question is, so you know, like you're from the South. Obviously, you grew up a different kind of way, and you're a rapper too. Do you feel like you could say the N-word?
I feel like I can say it, but not because of that, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
I wish there was some black dudes in here.
There are. Will is right there.
And there's one right here. Not.
Okay, well, we're gonna use him.
Okay, that's my manager. Hey,
Because
Will.
me and Fee know what's up.
Will, you're black. I'm playing.
What the fuck are you gonna do about it, you know? And then second of all, I grew up loving these motherfuckers. I grew up fighting with them. I grew up eating with them. I grew up fucking doing bad shit with them. I grew up loving with them. You know, I got family. And it's not even about family. Even if I wasn't related to nobody out black, I mean, well, shit, it's what the fuck I was surrounded by, you know? Like, I respect people that they feel that way, and that's why I try to shut the fuck up about it.
Right.
But if you're from where I'm from, or anywhere, what the fuck are you gonna do about it? You know, it's like I don't went to the jungle and earned the lion's head. You know, and I'll dominate anywhere. And
So
I'm
you
not saying
respect-
I'm out here just fucking whooping ass, because I've taken some ass whoopings. But you will respect me the same way I respect you.
So that was his answer to, do you use the N-word? Question. What did you think about that? Before I say what I think, what did you think about it?
I know the whole world has something to think about it. After Juneteenth, how dare you?
Right.
What makes you think you can come on to our farm with those words?
And I think this was on Juneteenth, if I'm not mistaken. It was real close to Juneteenth.
For real?
It
was 2 days ago, sis.
I know. I heard about it on Juneteenth. I'm not quite sure if that interview was. Let me see if the interview was published.
If that interview was on Juneteenth.
Because if that was, chill.
Juneteenth is June 19th, right?
Yeah, it's June.
Yeah.
Let me see.
It was June
Let's see real quick.
26th.
June 18th is when the interview took place. So
But
yeah,
shit,
it was
I celebrate the whole month. Basically,
Yeah.
Juneteenth is just another excuse for another Black History Month. If you
Right.
ask
It is
me,
Black Music Month. It's Black Music Month.
exactly.
So,
We still in Juneteenth.
right.
It ain't no just that one day because everybody ain't get freed that day. Everybody didn't hear about it that
Right.
day.
Right.
Some of us didn't hear about it until months after. Okay.
Yes.
Don't get me
So-
started. I have had it.
It definitely
These
triggered a lot of
nefarious-
people.
I'm triggered right now.
Yeah. So I take it you
Old
didn't
trigger.
take kindly to what he said.
Mexican old trigger. Huh?
I said, so I take it that you don't take kindly to how he said that or what he said. I mean, what do you think about the use of the N-word?
No, not necessarily. The way he said it, the way he delivered it, like I said, when these celebrities get on set, like I said, it's a set. Like you got the microphone in front of you, you're on set, bro. So you know that what you saying is about to go down in the transcript. So before it come out your face, I know you want to be a real person and whatnot. And I commend him for doing his best to stay true to who he was, you know, and not like you go give some weird overthought answer. But once again, we got another case of a celeb doing something that they overreaching kind of. And, you know, he tried to do what he could to reel it back in because, you know, like I was telling you before when we was backstage, like I've grown up with people like Mexican OT who, you know, grew up saying the word ninja, you know, whenever they want it, you know, but they didn't mean anything like nefarious behind it. It was like we all understood it, like they all had their black card kind of. Does that even make sense? Or
It does make sense. I was just listening to you. Yeah, that makes sense. And I know what you're talking about, you know, because there's definitely a lot of people, and you know, like before this show, I was telling you that, you know, I know some Mexicans that they say it to each other. They say that word to each other, so they don't necessarily link it to being black necessarily. They use it like, oh, homie, instead of homie, or man, you know, instead, what's up, man? It was like, what's up, man? So to that regard, I do understand that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one that's a fan of the word at all, regardless of who you are, black, whatever. But that's just my personal thing. But I do understand why people use it, and that they use it, you know, like, oh, that's my brother type of thing. I do understand that. But in his response, when he said, what you gonna do about it? What the F you gonna do about it? Like he actually, you know, Lip Service, that's a ladies show. So they're the host of the show. It's all ladies. You got these guys, you know, they're behind the scenes working the show. And he's like, man, I wish there's some black guys in here. And, you know, he's going to actually point out somebody that's not even on the camera to say, what the F you going to do about it? Like, what? Those are fight words. You don't do that. You don't do that. And that's where he messed up. That's what, because it's on right there. It's on. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a female. Like, first of all, those ladies, they were very confident.
Oh, hell no. Put the microphone down. Hold on. Come on.
I mean, I wasn't trying to fight him or nothing like that. I was just saying, to a man, though, like, I want, you know, the man that was behind the scenes, I'm surprised he didn't come to the camera and say, what you say, man? Like, what you say?
Oh, there was actually somebody behind the scenes?
Yeah.
I didn't know there was actually somebody behind the scenes.
Yeah, there were guys in that room.
So there was somebody BTS?
Camera. Huh?
Man, chat, put it in the comments. Should the BTS guy have said something? Should he have jumped in? Would you have said something? Put a 1 if the BTS guy should have jumped in, and put a 2 if you would have interjected and been like, not in my house.
And what's BTS for those who don't know what BTS stands for?
Behind the scenes. Behind the scenes, guys. Behind the scenes, chat.
So, but I mean, again, I had a problem with that part. I had a problem with just the N-word, you know, but I know people say the N-word. So I didn't actually have a problem per se with
that. In a derogatory fashion is not allowed.
Yeah. Right. Oh yeah, never.
I think the word for me is the B word. Like,
and then there's two different.
I can't stand
you got
people
the one
to call
with
me a B word endearingly or anything. The B word. The B word.
Itch, like itch. That one?
Yeah. Like, okay. I can't stand for people to call me that. And I know, like, people do that. And, like, it's like, bro, that's not, like, I get what you're saying. But every time I hear it, I feel like I hear it more with this than I do with that. And it's not even them. Like, you know, it's more like the way that I feel about the word itself. Mm-hmm. Because they're probably saying, they're 9 times out of 10, they're saying it with, 10 times out of 10, they're saying it with the intentions of endearment, not the intentions of, you know, like how girls be saying the B word to each other. Like sometimes in certain circles, you know.
Yeah. Man, you open a can of words like there with the B word. That's a whole nother, like, for real, because I could go on like that one. I actually don't like that one either.
I mean, the can of words is open. Nah, but to get it back on topic.
Yeah. I mean, as far as the N-word thing.
Yeah.
You know, again, I had a problem with him speaking to the black man that was not in the camera, that's not on the show, saying what they're going to do about it. And so that's also where, because, you know, as y'all know, the Mexican OT, he's from the Houston area. And so Sauce Walker is a Houston artist that had heard about the interview. And originally, when he first heard about it, because, you know, the whole N-word thing was trending. And so he had made a video sticking up for that Mexican OT about, you know, why it's cool to say it, why he feels like it's cool for him to say it. You know, because he was along the like brotherly thing. He's like, where we're from, which is Texas, you know, he's like, that's what we do down here, you know, black and brown get along like that. That's what we do. But that Sauce Walker later made a second video the other day where he was calling out that Mexican OT because he was like, I finally got to see this interview. And no, man, you were wrong. So let's go ahead and check out a clip from what he was talking about after he saw the interview.
Hey, man, say, man, kid that did Sauce Walker. I did an interview last night. Shout out to my boy, there's a project, he'll be dropping some. The subject in hand, Mexican OT. See, now, at first, when I was speaking on what I was speaking on, I was only talking about the shit I seen on Say Cheese with the girl and all that on Say Cheese. My bro Danza showed me the interview and showed me exactly verbatim what Mexican OT said on the interview on the podcast with all the women. OT, bitch, you wrong, ho. I'm gonna tell you why you wrong, little bro. I'm gonna tell you why you wrong, OT. And you got a black brother. That's what you partially was finna get into it, but you didn't want to get into it. Know what I'm saying? You got a whole 50% black brother, nigga, that's mixed, nigga, a real little nigga that's your brother, so you should feel 100%. He should feel, a motherfucker feel what I'm saying. What about this part? I ain't fucked up with you about saying, can you say nigga, because you grew up with us, went through all this shit with us, you love us, nigga, you been through everything that a nigga been through, so that's why you can say nigga. The problem and the issue is the fact when you say nigga in a room full of women, is there any black niggas in here? Is there any niggas in here? Well, if it is some niggas in here, what you gonna do about it? That's where you fucked up at, brother. That's where the disrespect is. Because, OT, you know, if you was in a room full of violent niggas from Houston, full of violent niggas like myself, TSF niggas, any niggas that's really from the H like that, and we was having that conversation and you said it in that way. Y'all said, because who's going to do shit about it? Nigga, it would have been 6 niggas in a room raising their hands saying they want to fight you. You know that. You know how this shit get down in Houston. You a Texas Crip. If a nigga come up to you and say, Mexican OT, you ain't no motherfucking Crip. And what you gonna do about it? Nigga, you gonna wanna fight about that. There's niggas in the room gonna say, who ain't what squabble? And that's where the disrespect and the fucked up part is, OT. Because at the end of the day, nigga, you know there's nothing but women in that room. There's a bunch of girls in that room. It was a now violent street nigga that come from where you come from and been through what you been through, or that's from somewhere else that's gonna disagree with you and with that statement to the point to where they'll fight you about that, or they'll do something about that. So therefore, that's what people in the general public gonna take it like that's whole shit, because you're doing something in the setting where people are going to consider it, where it's safe to say that right then and right there, would you possibly say that around a room full of a bunch of niggas, though, in this heated conversation? Now, secondly, aside of the Mexican OT shit, I also blame these fucking blog sites, these fucking interviewers, these platforms. Why do y'all constantly ask? I know why y'all do it. Y'all do it for click views, clickbait, all that other shit. But y'all gotta stop asking motherfucking rappers and certain celebrities these uncomfortable questions, and then be pissed off when you get the certain type of answer that you get, or these artists respond in an uncomfortable way because they was asked an uncomfortable question when they really came here to promote their album. They really came here to talk about their career. They really came here to talk about positive shit, and y'all motherfuckers steady dumping and pushing negative questions and negative energy down the motherfucker throat, put them on the spotlight when they trying to interview. Feel me? So that's my motherfucking last sense on the shit, cause I ain't know, and I still don't give a fuck. But all I'm gonna say is this: everything's about love and respect. When you do it and it's not out of love, or you trying to be too tough with the shit, then that's where it's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta earn that toughness, brother. So I'll tell you, bitch, I love you. If you mad at me, I don't give a fuck. I'm just telling the truth. And that's what's real, blood. Just like I say all that other shit I said about niggas and misses and get on niggas' ass, I will get on your ass like I get on anybody's ass. Bitch, you wrong for that, hoe. You wrong. And the interviews is wrong for how they did it and chopped it up and only put that part out of there because you said a bunch of positive shit about black people after the fact, but it's the fact that you're in a room full of 4 pussies, 4 women, 4 vaginas, and you said, you know it's no niggas up in there, and you said, well, shit, is there niggas around? Because if there's a real niggas around, nigga, who gonna stop me? You can't say that like that, blood, because nigga is, boy, yeah, niggas fight for nothing and niggas fight for less. Niggas do shit for less and do shit for nothing. So, you know what I'm saying? You can't do that like that, brother.
So that was Sauce Walka's reaction after actually watching the interview. And, you know, he got on that Mexican OT, but he also got on the interviewers as well, because he was like, why y'all asked him that question when he was up there trying to promote his music? And, you know, exactly. But I mean, true. However, this is something that, you know, was thinking as well, you know, because we showed y'all leading up to the clip of them asking him that, he was saying, I can't get canceled. And so that one host, I'm sorry, I don't know her name, but she, you know, I could tell something lit up in her brain when he said that about not being able to get canceled. And I feel like that's where her comment even came from. But let's check out. He actually ended up giving an apology, and he had said, I've been effing. Well, this was in respect to, he had shared a post of one of his friends that said they felt, I believe they said they felt, they were basically upset, like felt disappointed and stuff like that, kind of hurt by his words on the show. And so that arrow at the very top of this image right here, that's from him sharing his friend's post. And it wasn't a post, well, his friend had made a post, but he had responded to it. So he had shared their inbox messaging, and he had apologized to his homeboy. And so that's what the arrow was for. But we don't have that on here. But we do have his apology. So he was like, he been effing with me for some years. Ish effed up. I lost one of them. I'm sorry to anyone I've offended of any race or belief. Thank you to everyone who's still here. So that's what his apology was for this. But it didn't come until after his friend posted that. So I did have an issue with that part of it, because I was like, why are you going to only apologize after one of your homeboys says something about it? You know what I'm saying? It's like he didn't care how the fans were feeling. He just cared, you know, cared about the people he actually knew. Another thing he had said in the interview, though, that's I think worth noting, was that he had said that he doesn't really like to be known, like, because they were like, how does it feel to be famous type of thing? And he was like, he likes it, but he don't like it. And he was like, he likes it to the people that really know him, like the fans that know his songs word for word. But he don't really like being famous to the world, like to everybody, like to, you know, people like us that don't really know his music real good. Well, I don't know if you do. I'm sorry, I'm talking for you. Sorry, don't mean to.
People that's not Mexican.
No, not about not Mexican. It's just he just meant like people that don't really know.
Off. That's how he was coming off though. Talking about some to the people that anything is up for court now. He in the comment section. We done thrown him to the wall.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
He said he could survive anything, right? So she opened her big ass mouth and said what she said. He took the bait like a dummy.
Well,
like a dummy. And now him and Sauce Walker. Did he challenge him to a fight?
No, they're friends. They're friends. He was just saying, you know, he was just calling them out, like, don't do that. You know, he was just saying if some, you know, if some violent dudes were in there, black violent dudes, he was like, you wouldn't have said it to them. Like,
they would have laughed at his ass because it would have been a joke because we all violent in here. Like, you ain't about to do nothing. You ain't gonna say
no, we're not.
Like that.
We're not all across the world. What is my
First of all, if we all violent, sis, if we all violent in this room, we are all swapping words like the N-word. It is not going across this table. It's going to, like, you got to understand the demeanor of the people he talking about in one room together. They saying that word. I know what the rooms look like.
Yeah, well.
And if he was to say that, they would have laughed at him. It'd have been like, you got to be joking. Like, do you see where you at? Like, yeah. Maybe that's just because of where I grew up. I don't know. I grew up in the ghetto, so.
I mean, I think
I've
you're
heard
right.
people talk to me like that.
I didn't think about the aspect of it because, you know, I haven't actually thought about like replacing the women with men and him saying that. Yeah, you're right. I think they would have laughed at him. But then they would have said something real straight. Like they would have laughed and their faces would have cleared up. And I can't do it myself. But they would have said something real straight to him about that.
Something straight faced. Something straight faced. Because we all gotta keep it's a machoism in the room. So it's like that elephant is in the room. And it's a constant dominant shifting in the room. It's a weird thing that happens, but that is why he was so wrong. He tried to make a bad joke, I think. And like I said, then he tried to roll it back, and it ain't work. It ain't work.
Yeah.
He ain't working. He tried to clean it up.
Yeah, because he did later say.
All he gotta do is stay out the comment section. Don't go in the comment section and do what Doja did, and you'd be great.
Yeah. I mean, he did later say that he basically gave us, quote, stupid response to a, quote, stupid question. That's what he later had said. But still, you don't do, like, you gotta know, I mean, everybody watches, not everybody, but a lot of people, really a lot of people watch her show. So, yeah. Shout out to Angela Yee, by the way, because you know she's really cool. She's
shout out to Angela Yee.
Yeah, she's always been.
Rep my block show.
What? Yeah.
Giving Angela Yee hype. Giving Angela Yee the Rep my block hype.
Yes. I like it. Thank you. Cameron was trendy as well. Let's talk about Cameron real quick. Let's get his picture. Where you at, Cameron? Oh, did I not put? Oh, we ain't got his picture. I'm so sorry, Cameron. We ain't got your picture up, but we do have your picture up on our page over on Facebook. Shout out to Cameron because he just got a major book deal, and he's with a really top publisher for the U.S. But it's a worldwide publishing that he's about to get for this book. He's doing a memoir about his life, and he wants to release this book sometime February 2026. That's when he's hoping to release it. So congratulations to Cameron on this major deal. It's a $750,000 deal. And he's he has a lot of money. Shoot. I'm like, what you gonna do with all that money?
Yeah,
But
what
then
would you do with $750,000?
right. But this is actually a smaller deal from the one he got a couple months ago. A couple months ago, he got a even bigger deal with Revolt for a new podcast that he's about to start up. And that one is a multi-million-dollar deal. So he's doing this thing. As y'all know, he's he has a couple of different podcasts.
Big claps to him.
Yes,
Hit him with the
claps for
claps.
him. You got the claps? I don't have the claps.
Oh,
I have the
that's
all the way
what
down.
I gave.
Okay, yeah, that's what's up. But yeah, congratulations to Cameron. And this is the statement from the press release of the book, just so y'all can kind of get an idea of what to expect from it. It's going to be an unfiltered look into Cameron's rise from the streets of Harlem to the top of the rap game and his evaluation into a respected media personality, fashion figure, and businessman. So that's what you can expect from this book.
Nice.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really top seller too, because a lot of people are listening to him. They're listening to the sports podcast he has with Mace, and they're really feeling, I think they're really feeling like his opinion and his story. So that's a really good, that's a really good thing. T-Pain. T-Pain, what you doing? What you doing, T-Pain?
Hey, T-Pain is one of the better celebrities, bro. T-Pain is one of the better celebrities out there. Like, if you need a role model, he's a good unk.
He's real cool.
Like, for real. Yeah.
Yeah,
stay out the comment section, T-Pain. Don't ruin it.
Did you say stay
caught up in it? Stay out the comment section, T-Pain.
Yeah, he was trending because he had said something about Drake this week, and he was basically, because Drake he was featured on a couple of tracks recently. Actually, one just dropped yesterday, I believe. But he was like, he hasn't really been feeling some of the stuff Drake's been dropping. So he was basically kind of letting them know, Drake, like alluding to the fact. What's the actual words? Let me look up, because I don't like to say the wrong thing here. I don't like to say the wrong thing.
Like I feel like T-Pain is a great example of an artist that understands that it's okay to not release music.
Yeah.
Like, once you're out of the contract, or once you figure out a way to fulfill your contract duties, it's okay to not release music. And he's a good example of that. But I figure he spoke on Drake not having such a grateful exit, and Offset took up for him, he said.
Yeah, Offset did take up for him, but I did find his exact comments. So he said a lot, actually. He said a lot. But and shout out to Hip Hop DX, because they were able to document what was said. So T-Pain was talking about, and he was recently on the Crash Dummies podcast. That's where he said this. So if y'all want to check it out, go to Crash Dummies podcast. But he said one thing I learned from Drake is that I want to be one of them people that gracefully bow out and not get kicked out. Well, no, that's what Drake said. I'm sorry. That's what Drake said. He said that he basically was saying Drake doesn't really live up to his word. Yeah, he said Drake said that, but he doesn't follow his own words. So in a sense, he was kind of telling Drake, maybe it's time for you to bow out. So that's what it was. And Drake did later reply to it. But yeah, I don't know why, we don't know the context behind exactly what made T-Pain say that, like what song or whatever he heard, but I feel like he's been hearing some, he has some new stuff.
I mean, new Carter album.
But he wasn't on that though.
Lil
So it
Wayne
couldn't have
Carter
been.
say that. I know he
Yeah,
wasn't on it, but he heard it and he was like, somebody's got to stop all of these rappers. Somebody's got to tell all of these rappers to
why
sit
you bringing
down.
Lil
They
Wayne?
need to
Nah,
stop
leave Lil
making
Wayne
bad
alone.
music.
Leave Lil Wayne. Leave Lil Wayne alone. We're gonna leave Drake
Oh,
alone
I'm
too.
sorry.
We just want to let y'all know.
What did
his
Drake
opinion.
say though? What did Drake say?
I
What
mean,
did Drake
he was
do? You said Drake what did
well.
he say?
I don't have a screenshot of what he had said,
Oh.
but he was saying something about how T-Pain had been hating on him for some years, and this was after Offset, because Offset had wrote, he had wrote a comment taking up for Drake and saying like something to the effect of like a lot of rappers wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Drake type of thing, and then that's when Drake came in. He was like, man, I think he's just been hating on me for years type of thing. So it's just Drake is hanging, he's staying low, right? He's hanging low. So I don't know why I don't even understand where the context from that came. Maybe there's something else that we don't know that's been going on. I don't know. Because Drake is working on his new album. So it could be something behind the scenes that we just don't know. But anyway, we wanted to bring light to that just because it's been trending. Because we covered what's been trending the past week. Okay?
Rep my block.
Rep my block.
Rep my block.
And then, real quick, these are just a few we got here. Bizzy Banks has a new EP out, and we have him featured right now on the cover of our Fresh New Music playlist because he has a banging EP. It's not just a regular EP, y'all. Y'all need to check this out. He is a drill rapper. Okay. Everybody ain't into drill, so that's just a heads up. But his new EP is called J4TS, which is just for the summer. Yeah. And he hasn't put out music for a while because he just got released from Atlantic Records. He's no longer with Atlantic Records, so this is his first independent drop, major project drop since then.
Well, can I read the quote?
Yeah.
I'm gonna read the quote by him. I love everybody who still support me. I apologize for my inconsistency. I've been going through a lot with the label and my team, but I'm here now and giving y'all a quick 8-song EP for the summer. I like that. Man. You got, like I said, you gotta have that fan service. I feel like that has been the common thread throughout today's events is if our famous and celebrity artists can learn anything today, do good fan service, man. It's the fans that make it good, so make sure you cater to them.
I agree. I really liked the fact that he did that, and that's actually one reason why we did choose him for the Fresh New Music cover of that playlist, because not only is it a good EP, he has some really solid tracks on there, but he did make that effort to, he apologized to his fans for not releasing anything. He had been real quiet. I know a lot of people have been asking, where's Bizzy Banks at? So, mind you, he did have a couple of singles leading up to this where he was independent as well, but this was his first EP independent drop. And then he said he has a mixtape coming up later this year. So be on the lookout. But the song is trending because he has a song trending, and the song's called KeyIce and Nat. It's the first song from the EP. And I did a reaction to this other day because
He's got a song here called Erykah Badu.
Yeah, he has one called Erykah Badu too, and that was nice. That's real nice. He has a few tracks on there that are real nice. Y'all make sure y'all check it out. But yeah, also check out my reaction to his song. It was a reaction to the music video, not the song. If that makes sense, you'll see if you watch the video, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah. Shout out to Bizzy Banks. And let's cover Joe Budden real quick. Did you hear about
Joe Budden reveals
what
that
happened with him this week?
I heard that he mistakenly revealed that he makes $900K a month off of Patreon subscriptions. What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
It
wild.
is.
900K.
Right.
Can you do
So when
something, man?
they say Patreon, when I looked at it, I'm not familiar. Are you familiar with Patreon? Like the
Not
how it
monetarily
looks, like
wise, no.
the GUI.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. I know how it looks.
you are? Okay. I'll probably end up sending this to you because when I looked at it, it seemed like it was more from YouTube. But
Oh,
I know in the comments people were saying Patreon. However, it's kind of hard to tell. You know what? It might have been Patreon. Yeah, because that latest post activity, the wording on it, you know how these apps, they all have their own specific wording. And so this might have been, they say Patreon, so I'm going to go with it. But if we are
okay.
incorrect, I do apologize. But I did see the screenshot. I am looking at the screenshot. I just don't recognize Patreon because I don't be on Patreon. But he was definitely trending for that because he had meant to cover up the image and he didn't fully cover it up. He used like transparent marker for the one with the $900,000, revenue on there. And so fans saw through that, they enlarged it. And I'm hearing that No Jumper was the entity that actually discovered or like publicized it. But me just looking at it, I could clearly, I don't know if maybe it's just my eyes or what, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people saw it because people were acting like, oh, they used a special technique to and I just sent it to you. So, oh, okay. I see what they're saying. I see what they're saying now. So he had posted it with, I guess, was all blurred out. I think he posted. Oh, I should upload it. I'm not gonna upload it. Do you think I should upload it? Nah, I don't got time to upload it. Anyway, he had posted an image. It has black background, but they were saying that this entity had found out a way to reveal what he was trying to hide under there. So they said they brightened up the image. Okay, that's what happened.
Oh,
yeah. So that second one is where they brightened up the image. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they were able to see the 900K, but he did try to cover that up. Let me see if I can upload, because we got another topic after this. Maybe I can upload it in the meantime, because that's kind of important to see, so y'all can understand. Because I know y'all be like, "What are they talking about?" And that's my fault, y'all. I'm the host that does that. Grandmastar Monstar, he does a good job of just going with the flow when I say stuff, but I'm the one to be like, "What's this?" But I'm actually gonna see if I can. Yeah, I'm gonna upload this real quick so we can show it to y'all. Here we go. Because this is like, what in the world? I mean, what do you think about that? What do you think? Because they were saying that his other co-hosts were gonna have a problem with how much he's making.
His other platforms?
I don't think so. They have agreements.
Yeah. Yeah, who cares? I don't think they care as long as they're getting their cut.
Right. That's what I was thinking too. But
Stay out the comment section, Joe Budden. Don't do it, Joe. Stay out the comment section.
Oh yeah, he really needs to stay out the comment section. Here it is. We got it up, y'all. Okay, here's the
attitude. I know.
So this is the image where it looks like the original was the one in black on the left, but then they're giving credit. This was this image we got this.
Oh, that's my bank account.
Right? Shoot. Well, yeah, we got this image from Complex. So they're the ones that posted both of these side by side like this. So that's the one on the left. I think that was the original, but then they're saying that No Jumper is the one that had lightened it up and saw the actual.
First of all,
I didn't even know people do this.
This is nefarious. Like whoever did this need to mind their own business.
Yeah. This makes me realize though, a lot of people probably do this. I'm not gonna, man. I'm glad I'm not one of those people that does this.
This is another thing. Yeah, they just told on themselves too. Everybody does this. This is nefarious work right here. That is a common thing. That's not just
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I told you earlier that the underworld is real.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, I did not know people actually do this all the time.
Do you know them YouTube? You know them YouTube videos when you're watching them YouTube ads and they come on there and they tell you, if you apply, you can get a $500 subsidy from the government for groceries and paying your bills. Those are AI scams. Those are AI fishnet scams. And YouTube continues to allow them to be posted.
Wow.
Like once you give your information, there's no, everybody will have one. There is no way. There's no way the government is giving away $1,500 a month to people through a health program, and we ain't even got free health care.
Right. Yeah, that's the specs right there. Yeah, y'all just gotta know trigger words. You know, like you said, that's something that would never happen. So, I mean, unfortunately, there's a lot of people that do fall for those things, and yeah,
those ads have been running for. Those ads have been running for years, and they haven't took them down. So that's why I mentioned it.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's real crazy.
You like with the whole Joe Budden thing and the scrubbing out the image to see what's underneath. Like people been up to no good.
That's wrong. That's straight up wrong.
Shifty work, nefarious work. But that Kendrick Lamar verse though. I've been waiting for us to talk about this.
Oh yeah, let's put his
Lamar verse that just got leaked.
Yeah,
are we about to play it?
Where you at, Kendrick up here. Where you at, K Dog? It ain't K Dog.
I know if you're a K Dot fan, you heard.
K Dot. Sorry, not K Dog. K Dot. K Dot. I'll let you talk about this.
K Dot fan, you done heard this joint coming out with him and the gang. Whips and Chains.
Clips, yeah.
Yeah.
Clips, yeah, they're working on a new album.
Have you already heard it?
No, I haven't heard the. You mean I heard the verse? Yeah, I heard the verse. I didn't hear the. I haven't heard anything else from the album because this was at an exclusive listening party where this was leaked. But it was out. It seemed like it was outdoor, if I remember right. Yeah, it was like an outdoor listening party. So I'm sure everybody on the block heard it. But anyway, they weren't supposed to have cameras out there. But I heard a lot of people did have the cameras. But the angle that's trending is the angle from one particular person. And it's real easy to tell who it was. So whoever that was, you're not going to get invited to no more listening parties. Sorry. Because that was wrong. That was wrong of them to release that clip. Yeah, because even if it did go viral, which it did, I'm sure they really didn't make much money from leaking that. Like, what was the purpose? Sometimes it's just better to be a wholesome person. Like, you don't always gotta leak stuff, y'all. Like, I don't know why people
they leaked the whole thing.
Huh?
And they leaked the whole thing.
Right, the whole clip.
Yeah, the whole verse.
Yeah, the whole verse. I was disappointed because not only was I disappointed by the verse, I was disappointed.
Oh, shots fired.
By the verse. I'm sorry, I wasn't feeling that verse. And they said it was, if this is not like, I think this is the verse that he did some years ago too. So that's probably why I wasn't feeling it. Because I feel like he's better. Well, I just feel like he's better now to where if he had done it recently, then they would have got a much better verse. You know what I mean? But that verse was like, that was a mid verse. Mid.
Ooh.
I mean, what
So
did you
Lil
like
Wayne, you saying Lil Wayne? I haven't listened to it yet. I'm not going front.
that? Oh, okay. I'm thinking you listened
I
to it. Okay.
just heard the drama around it. I read a couple articles.
Okay. Well, I mean,
But
he gives flowers to Rakim. He does give flowers to Rakim in the verse, so I did like that part.
yeah, I heard
But
that.
the actual verse itself. Now I heard it 3 times. The third time I liked it the best out of all those times. So maybe it's just when it has to grow on me. That could be it. But I'm not trying to throw shade at him either. I'm just saying the fact that he's so popular right now and such like super mega star right now, I just wasn't feeling it for this moment. But when I heard that it was a verse recorded years ago, then I was like, okay, that makes sense. But yeah, you know, with certain features and stuff, you could tell the times, and the times from what what he was saying, you could tell it wasn't in 2025 times. But anyway,
I have to give it a listen, then I'll get back to you on that one.
yeah.
But Drake did A$AP Rocky on Family Matters track, but it's trending again.
Yeah. I'll let you elaborate because my device died, and so I can't bring it up easily.
Drake goes after A$AP Rocky on a new track.
Well, it wasn't new. That they thought it was new.
They thought it was new.
Yeah,
no, it was on
I'll give you the behind the scenes real quick, because not behind the scenes, like just the info. So the info was just that there's a couple of trending posts going around social media saying that Drake did A$AP Rocky on a new track, but it's not a new track. This track was from Family Matters. This was So that's what it is.
Right. So it's on Family Matters. This song is already out, y'all. Y'all need to rep my block, okay? Stop with these allegations. The unmitigated gall of you people and all the audacity to get the facts wrong. I've had it.
Yeah. So
Drake quote says, Rakim talking shit again. Gas cause you hit my BM. What is my baby mama first. Ninja, do the math. Who I was hitting then. I ain't even know you rap still cause they only talking about your fit again. Did he rap at him? Was that a bar?
Yeah, this is a bar. I thought you were gonna read it like a bar.
I did. It came out like a bar.
Okay. Well,
is that from the song?
Yeah, that's from Family Matters.
Oh, don't do me like that. Don't do me like that.
The thing is, I gotta go back though because they're saying it's from Family Matters, but actually, I didn't get a chance to verify that. I like to verify stuff before we.
No, yeah, I think that is because it sounds weird.
Yeah.
Well, I know.
He sang a lot of.
I think that was I think that was from it. Because even though I don't,
he sang a lot.
It still kind of rung a bell.
Yeah, it did. When I saw it too, I was like, wait a minute. Because I remember there's the second paragraph there. It's the one. Let me see. I have the lyrics up.
It says, "Well, probably gotta have a kid again before you think of dropping any shit. Before you think of dropping any shit again. Even when you do drop, they gonna say you should have modeled because it's mid again." Ooh.
Okay.
Bar.
Here's the thing.
And yes, that do sound like he talking. No, yeah, it do sound like he talking about A$AP Rocky when you think about it.
But here's the thing. It was a Don Kendrick diss. So I'm like, y'all are wrong. The blogs that are posting this is wrong. It was about Kendrick. It was not about
But doesn't A$AP Rocky and Kendrick don't got nothing to do with each other, right?
Right. So this was
stay out the comment section. Drake. Stay out the comment section, bro. Don't let them get you because they laying traps. I ain't heard nothing today but a bunch of traps being laid and celebrities falling into these traps. Chill out, y'all. You have a duty.
Yeah. I mean, because if you look at those same words, they can apply to Kendrick because Kendrick has done modeling too. So people are twisting it, trying to make it seem it was ASAP. No, he was talking about Kendrick the whole time. The whole song was a diss track towards Kendrick. Family Matters. Y'all be tripping. Y'all be tripping on these social media for real.
Tripping, man.
But anyway. But
tripping.
Yeah.
We got some new releases.
Yeah, we did. There were some new releases.
Featuring Shabuzi, and it's called Home. Is that the one that they were shooting on the bridge?
Yeah, that's the one they were shooting on the bridge.
Awesome.
Awesome. Yeah.
We got Ray J's One Wish was revamped by Cola Ray in a freestyle. It's called One Wish 2.0.
Yeah, that's what he's calling it. I've been looking for it. It's not posted yet. So y'all look out for this one. He posted a clip of her video of this freestyle on his page, but the actual freestyle is not out on platforms yet. But we're looking out for it. So we'll let you know when we see that.
And again, happy birthday, Crystal Poppin'. And thanks for dropping that Morningside Heights for us. It is also on Apple Music.
Yeah, it's streaming everywhere, Apple Music, Spotify, everywhere. So I like that one. I heard a clip from that one. I haven't heard the whole thing yet. But what I did like was that she actually, because she sings and raps, and so she's doing a little singing on that one. So I was really feeling that.
Dope. And last but not least, we got Tiana Taylor with Bed of Roses from her upcoming album, Escape Room.
Yeah.
Coming out in to be soon.
Yeah. Her album's coming out real soon. And that Bed of Roses track, it's a nice track. It's a really nice track because I feel like...
Do we got it on the playlist?
These are being placed on playlists. That one is not on a playlist yet, but it's going to be over on the Millennium Z playlist. So make sure y'all check it out over there for HomeBase Radio. It's also going to, all of those that he mentioned, they're going to be on our fresh new music playlist as well. Some of them have been placed already, but not all. But by the end of the day, you'll see them over there. But yeah, y'all.
By EOD. You will see.
Every Saturday with us on the Rep My Block show. If you are an artist and you would like to have your song announced, let us know. Send us an email, homebasepromo@gmail.com. And you can follow us down below. You see our IG handles right there. And we're here every Saturday with y'all. We won't be here next Saturday because it's a special 4th of July weekend. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Go see some fireworks.
Yeah. I'm going to, shoot. I'm trying to think about some barbecue. Shoot. It's a brisket.
Yeah,
I don't
some barbecue.
Yeah, I don't
There's
make
a
brisket.
There's a place right around the corner from me I've been meaning to try. So I'm going to do that. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah. So y'all have a great rest of the week. And Freestyle Fridays, as y'all know, is every Friday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Make sure y'all check them out over there. And
shout outs to Freestyle Fridays.
Yes. Y'all have a great one. It's been a pleasure.
Peace out.